And Dr. Pat will help you thrive instead of merely survive. Visit thedrpatshow.com.
Listen to Dr. Pat, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern on CRN.
And now, live from New York City via Los Angeles, California, it's time for The View from Over Here with the man who has a view for all seasons, your host, Stan Weisleder.
Take it away, Stan.
Okay, Malcolm, I am taking it away. This is Stan Weisleder on CRNTalk.com, and we are broadcasting our incredible show today from downtown glamorous Sunland in California, and it is being broadcast over the entire country and into outer space because it is on the Internet.
But don't tell people that it's in the 70s with bright sunshine today, because from all over the country they're going to come here.
We don't want that. No way. Anyway, we're here today to discuss some things. We have some interesting guests. We have with us in the studio, besides Malcolm Burman, our illustrious producer, one of our guests is Maria Capp, and she will be sitting in and kibitzing and adding in and doing her thing, asking questions and whatever, while we introduce our first guest, who will come on later. But first, I want to talk about one of the news items of the week.
I just want to make sure Jonas is on the phone.
Well, Jonas comes right after me. Jonas will be talking about some plays or movies that he reviewed. But for the news of the week, one of the things that makes this country great, and it is great, is the influx of people from all over the world. These people, in addition to some of them being creative and bringing us new ideas, also provide, let's face it, less expensive labor as they integrate with and work hard to become part of the American dream over the years. I cannot think of anyone in this country of ours, this great country of ours, whose parents or ancestors were not at one time immigrants.
Unless they're Indians.
Yes, the only exception being the American Indians. And that's a whole story by itself.
Well,
which we won't get into, that's a program by itself. Immigration reform is long overdue, yet it seems to be the battleground for Democrats and Republicans, each of whom want to take the credit for making it happen, while at the same time being torn between their constituents, which include the lunatic fringes at both ends, such as the far right and the far left, referred to as the Tea Party crackpots, and those well-meaning idiots who stand to the left of Lenin. And I surely expect to get some flack on that last comment.
Stan, no politics.
No politics, you're right. But the last time I looked, the Constitution did say that immigration laws are the prerogative of the House and the Senate, not a lame duck or almost lame duck president who gets fired up by his staff and who also wants to take the credit for making it happen, ostensibly as part of his everlasting legacy. So why did he do what he did? Well, maybe because Congress and the Senate didn't do anything. Anyway, I say, let's do it, but let's do it the right way, the legal way.
Yeah, but he has a bill that the Senate passed, I think, last year, even the year before, which the House did not even want to bring to the floor.
Well,
and it's immigration, and it's at least that they could bring it to the floor and talk about it and then work some compromise out.
Well, they're just going through a lot of mental masturbation as far as I'm concerned. Can I say that word?
Mental, yes. Mental is fine.
And one more thing for you listeners out there. Have a happy turkey. That's all that I have on the news today. And is Jonas ready for his gig?
Jonas is ready for his gig.
Jonas,
okay.
I'd like to introduce you to our guest.
One of our
guests. Say hello to Jonas.
Hello, Jonas. It's Maria Capp, which is, by the way, stand short for Cappuccielli.
Very nice to meet you, Maria Cappuccielli.
And she is doing a play which we'll talk about later with you.
Yeah, and we want you to review it and give it good review.
That would be awesome.
And what are you doing December 6th? Because we might have you to the red carpet affair. Are you there?
You talking to me?
Yeah.
I'd like some fair warning before I'm being asked questions. What is your question?
December 6th is Maria's opening day for the play that she is producing and directing. And are you available for the red carpet
I am
affair?
Unfortunately not. I have a double feature that day. I have to be at the Wallace Annenberg to see both Love Noel about Noel Coward and Into the Woods, which is the Oregon Shakespeare Festival's version.
Okay, well, we'll let you know further. Anyway, what are your reviews today?
Today I'm going to talk about Cabaret, and I'm going to talk about What the Butler Saw.
Okay, go.
All right. Well, there's nothing more delightful than when you go to a theater with no expectations and are pleasantly surprised. The Crown City Theater is located in the courtyard of a church. It's a small 60-seat room with a pianist and a canned score. Had no expectations about Cabaret. I didn't expect such a fresh and racy production. With limited resources, director Gary Lamb has thought outside the box and has breathed new life into this well-known piece. This is quite a stripped-down cabaret. And speaking of strippers, it's also quite a risque cabaret. It doesn't veer into softcore porn like the 1996 Sam Mendes version that I saw, but it has this ooze of sleaziness that makes the Nazi overtones all the more haunting. It's like seeing the production inside a dilapidated Berlin bathhouse. I kept waiting for Rita Moreno from the Ritz to come out and sing Everything's Coming Up Roses. This is a raw production. Lamb has the book scenes and the cabaret scenes bleed together, so it's unnerving. He puts Kit Kat numbers in book scenes. He put book characters in Kit Kat numbers. He doubles and triples casts. He adds people to numbers who weren't there before. It's like a dream quality where the logic has gone out the window, just as it has for these rational characters in this irrational world.
Sounds like you liked it.
I did very much. A few of the cast members are stale. Not every scene works, but what works really is riveting. Eric Sand plays the MC as if Eve Arden had her wig fall off. His crooked smile is pure decadence, and he's got a powerful voice. Like the late Tony winner Natasha Richardson, Shana Gabrielle treats Sally Bowles as a lousy cabaret singer. She's invigorating and captivating, while still not trying to steal the spotlight like Liza had in the movie. Rarely do reviewers mention the minor character of Ernst Ludwig, but Michael Moschak invests every moment on stage in his performance. He's a seductive metaphor for the Nazi Party's initiation of otherwise decent people, and it's easy to see why people would forget their morals and spend time with his character. He's flowing with charm and humor. He's the epitome of the perfect best friend, but one who will invite you to a torture chamber in hell. Cabaret is in North Hollywood at the Crown City Theater, and it's been extended again to January, so you have plenty of time to see the show, and I highly recommend it. Don't expect a Broadway caliber production, but expect something smart and different and with a little bit of raciness. Also, I want to recommend the very funny What the Butler Saw, Joe Orton's cruel, naughty farce from 1969. It's playing at the Mark Tabor Forum, and it features irreverence, taboo subject matter, and, yes, male nudity. The cast is game for everything. And
frontal or rear?
A little bit of everything.
Wow.
Yes, me and his proctologist know for sure. And in this show, anything is required. The stand-up performance is Paxton Whitehead, who many of you may remember as the windbag foil in the Rodney Dangerfield movie Back to School. And he's hysterical as a nutty psychiatrist who reacts without listening. He's haughty and unmoving and perfect for farce. This is truly one of the great farces. And it's playing at the Mark Tabor Forum until December 21st. It's truly hysterical, but you definitely will be red in the face from embarrassment if you take your mother-in-law.
It reminds me of, I was just watching on I think, a TCM, Little Murderers.
Oh, what a great movie.
The Jules Pfeiffer movie directed by Alan Arkin.
Such a smart writer.
But it reminded me of this sort of like whimsical, off-the-wall type of production.
Yeah, no, this is a lot of fun. Both are really great theater. Cabaret is just something I wouldn't have expected. You don't expect much in the small theaters, and they usually bring way beyond what your expectations are.
Are these equity waiver or?
I believe I know that the playbill for Cabaret had quite a few equity members, so I would imagine so, but don't hold me to that. Mm-hmm. What the Butler Saw, I can't imagine is because it's at one of the major houses.
Yeah, sure. Mark perform.
Yeah, well, I'm always amazed when I go to productions, the smaller productions, how I was telling Maria how talented some of these people are that you've never heard of.
Oh, absolutely. Well, most of this cast are members of the Actors Equity. So, I mean, I'm looking at the stars, and I think there's maybe one. Looks like there's one or two people, and it's the little boy, the one who plays the little boy. Everyone else is an equity member. So yes.
Mm. Well, what are you doing next week?
Well, this weekend I'm going to just kind of relax. Although I do have.
You can't relax. Come on.
I do.
Nobody relaxes.
I've got a double feature on Friday. I'm going to see Big Hero 6, and I'm going to see Into the Woods. Finally.
Into the Woods.
I will next week be able to let y'all know how both of Disney's movies are. I haven't heard anything about Into the Woods yet, other than all the pre-show controversy. So I'm kind of keeping my eyes out of it. I want to know for myself how Meryl is and everybody, and Johnny Depp.
Meryl, she's excellent.
You seen it already?
No. But then everything Meryl
seen the
does.
Trailers.
I mean, I think it's difficult if she's being compared to the women that have done it on stage.
Oh, of course.
So that's probably it. But no matter how you cut it, of course she's going to be fabulous.
And Johnny Depp is Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp is Johnny Depp.
I think he's becoming better with each feature he does.
More eccentric.
It should be quite fun. He's. I read his article in Entertainment Weekly where he felt it was important to be in a zoot suit, almost like a 40s character, a swing character, and it should be very fun. I'm very excited about it.
Well, looking forward to reading a review or hearing your reviews. But you're going to post the reviews on our website, right?
I have the transcript of what I just talked about today. I'll send that to Pam in a minute, and then you guys can post that on the website.
Fantastic. Now, for a minute, I want Maria to tell you about her play.
Absolutely.
Go for it.
Oh, Jonas, thank you. We're doing the Bert V. Royale, Dog Sees God, Confessions of a Teenage Blockhead, and we're doing it at the Santa Monica Playhouse. We open on December 6th. We run for 12 shows through December 21st, and we are doing this to benefit the Trevor Project.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yes. So if you can't make it, it sounds like you are already busy for our red carpet event and Saturday night performance. I hope you do make it. We have 2 performances on Sunday the 7th, and then again we run through the 21st. Would love to have you.
Yeah,
Break a Leg, I hope it is a very fruitful and exciting project for you and for the audience.
I'm enjoying it so far.
Yeah, we're going to have the information on our website also, so when you want to go, let us know or let Maria know.
Oh, yeah, we'll have a comp ticket and the right seat ready for you.
Sounds perfect.
And Jonas, the next time you're on, I want you to think about this question. Where did that statement ever come from, break a leg? Don't tell us now. Tell us next week.
Ooh, that's a good one, Stan.
I am assuming it came before the producers.
Do you know?
I do know. I don't remember. I know I've been told several times. I will have to look it up.
Okay, you have a whole week to look it up.
I have a whole week to look it up, but I do know I've been told this before.
Yeah, the other one that I know is when someone drinks too much is they're 86th. Have you ever heard that expression?
That's being cut off.
Yeah,
86 means like you're dead.
No, they're
86, but why does that mean cut off? Like, what's the association?
You're dead. You're done.
No. There were 2 explanations about that I've heard. One was that in Chicago, the 86 trolley was the last one leaving. So people who were at the bar, they would say they're 86. That means get out of here because the trolley is the last one home. I think
somebody made that up. In fact, I got an email yesterday with a lot of these sayings giving the derivation where they come from. They could have been made up.
Oh, yeah, but that's half the fun.
Jonas, you have your homework for next week.
Well, that sounds good. And then, of course, you all know why X-rated movies exist.
Why?
Because back in the Coliseum, children 10 and under weren't allowed in. X.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
That's where X-rated came from.
But they had the Olympics in the nude. Anyway, have a happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Okay.
Jonas, we'll see you next week.
Sounds perfect.
You're listening to The View from Over Here, heard on crntalk.com. And keep listening because we're going to have more with Maria and who?
Jerry Costanzo. He will be our guest as we come back. Maria will still be with us to help along.
So stay tuned, and we'll be right back in a few minutes.
The Trees, an epic novel by Stan Weisleder, told in the Godfather fashion, with 2/3 of the book taking place in Las Vegas and describing the transition from the mob to Howard Hughes to corporate America. This book is Las Vegas. Jim Santangelo from the International Brotherhood of Teamsters said, "I didn't grow up in New York or Las Vegas. I grew up in Jersey City, but I know everyone in this book. I loved it." Hal Rothbart, publisher, says, "I wish I had written it." The Trees by Stan Weisleder.
As a small business owner, there's one word that you absolutely dread: payroll. For small businesses, it's a big burden. You may think you're saving time and money doing it yourself. But come on, are you? Timesheets, processing checks, calculating taxes, a total waste of your time. Paychex simplifies payroll processing, saving you time and money. Submit your payroll online, fax it in, or call your dedicated Paychex payroll specialist. And you're done. Learn more at trypaychex.com. Come on, do the math. The IRS dishes out 8 million penalties a year. Make one mistake, and you're on the hook. On average, you're losing nearly one business day every month doing payroll. That's time and money you'll never get back, unless you get Paychex. More than 500,000 small businesses already do. Call 888-578-5378. Trade payroll pressure for peace of mind. Call now. 888-578-5378. That's 888-578-5378.
Do you have unfiled tax returns or owe the IRS or state more than $10,000? If you don't take action now, your tax problem is going to get worse. Much worse. Seizure of property, bank levies, wage garnishments, and potential criminal prosecution. And if you owe the IRS back payroll taxes, chances are you will be visited at your home or business by an IRS agent. Don't become paralyzed by fear. Take action now. Call the experts at U.S. Tax Shield for help. Our team of experienced tax attorneys can get you protected, stop collections, and negotiate a permanent settlement with the IRS and state, potentially saving you thousands of dollars. At U.S. Tax Shield, our tax advisors will review your case for free, inform you of your rights, and give you a guaranteed quote. No games and no tricky upsells. That's why we have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau and thousands of satisfied clients. Put an end to your torment. Get protected. Get the Shield. Call U.S. Tax Shield now at 800-211-8753. That's 800-211-8753. 800-211-8753.
Someday there'll be a cure. Someday we won't lose the people we love. But when is someday? Someday is today. Thanks to the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, hundreds of thousands diagnosed with blood cancer are today living a normal life. We're making cures happen. Join us. Call 888-HELP-LLS. Go to LLS.org. Help us reach today sooner.
I must confess what you say is true. I had a rendezvous with somebody new. That's the only one I ever had.
Okay, Stan, who are we listening to?
Well, this is the first time I have to admit to hear Jerry Costanzo. Now, this is a guy who I'm impressed with his voice. I have to go out and buy that CD now. Now, back in the day, Frank Sinatra, everybody heard of Frank Sinatra.
Frank who?
Frank Sinatra.
That's before my time.
Well, one of my kids, my youngest, Jill, she thinks Frank Sinatra and those who like Frank Sinatra, she lumps all of that into classical music.
Yeah, Frank Sinatra, Beethoven, Bach, Brahms, they're all classical.
To Jill, they're all the same.
You can't forget Gene Kelly.
Gene Kelly.
That's a different medium, but yes. Frank and Gene.
Anyway, Frank did inspire a lot of people back when he was Frank, including Jerry Costanzo, who's our guest now today here on The View from Over Here. And believe it or not, Jerry originally worked for his father, Joe Costanzo, way back when Joe conducted a big band.
So I worked for my dad, and he was in the garment industry.
The name of the band was The Memories of Swing. And Jerry first was on the sax, and then he became the lead vocalist. And I also hear that he can act as well.
Jerry, are you on the line?
I am here, and I'm listening to all this stuff about me, and
don't believe it. We made it up.
I heard him put an A at the end of my last name.
I know,
like
it's Costanzo.
George from Seinfeld.
Yeah, but he's New York, so.
Right, but I'm an O. I'm Costanzo.
Costanzo. You probably have constantly, you're correcting people.
Oh, yeah, well, they always ask me, do you have a cousin named George? And I'm like, oh, here we go again.
Or how about Paul? He's the actor in Royal Pains.
Paul
Costanzo.
Oh, well, not related.
Oh, okay. Anyway, tell us tell us about yourself. Aside from the fact that your name ends in O.
Well, I'm a singer. I'm an entertainer. I'm a jack of all trades, master of none. And
that sounds familiar.
Right. I heard him talking about the memories of swing. That goes way back. My father was always in a band. My grandfather came here from Sicily. It says musician on his embarkation papers, and he was actually a musician and a barber.
Wow! So for you, it's
life.
genetic.
Perry Como, a musician and a barber.
Right. That's right.
Third
Perry
generation,
Como.
actually.
Mm.
And so it goes back for years and years. I didn't get started singing professionally until probably I was in my mid-30s. I always sang. I always listened to the music. I played the saxophone. I wasn't a very good saxophone
player. You say mid-30s,
though.
but I understand you're 39 now.
39, that's it. I just had a birthday.
If they're 39 and holding.
Uh-huh. I actually use my saxophone mostly as a wheel chock these days.
Hey, I got to tell you, when we heard your music as we were coming on, I was very impressed with your voice.
Uh-huh. Well, thank you.
Malcolm, this kid can sing.
So, where do you do your trade now?
I'm in the New York area, tri-state, East Coast, Northeast, and I've been just about everywhere. I've done just about every kind of gig.
You ever get out to California?
Yeah, I do. My son lives out there. He's in Studio City.
Oh, okay. I'm in Sherman Oaks, so we're close by.
Well, that's actually where he is. I was just there. He just got an apartment right off of Ventura Boulevard.
You should come out here because I live in a complex that's owned by a guy named Horace Height Jr., who has a big band. Horace Height Sr. was well known back in the 30s and 40s and 50s.
Uh-huh.
So you should come out here, and I'll hook you up with Horace and see what you guys could do.
We'll definitely talk because, I'm planning on moving out there. Maybe not this year, but maybe the following year. I actually lived out there in the 80s for a little while, met my wife of 26 years, met her in Manhattan Beach. One of my trades while I was out
Manhattan
there was...
Beach in California or Manhattan Beach in Brooklyn?
No, he met his lovely... He's got me beat by 2 years. Manhattan Beach, California.
That's right, okay. Manhattan Beach, California.
Anyway, Jerry, hold on because we're coming up to one of our annoying breaks, but they pay the bills. So you're listening to The View from Over Here on CRNTalk.com. And we'll be right back with Jerry Costanzo. Stay tuned. We'll be back in a few minutes.
Hi, welcome to Hellsberg Diamonds.
Hi there. We'd like to look at engagement rings. Wait, is that the Geico Gecko?
Oh, hello. I'm just admiring this lovely diamond solitaire ring.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it is.
Well, that was easy. Now, who thinks it's a good idea to save money on their car insurance?
I do.
I do.
Wow. I think we just had the wedding rehearsal.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Every day is Save the Earth Day, and each of us has a part to play. For more information and how you can do your part to save the earth, contact us at savetheworld.net. That's savetheworld.net.
Beach Hotel, Maui's Hawaiian Hotel.
Located in the heart of Maui's premier resort, Kaanapali Beach Hotel is officially recognized as Hawaii's most Hawaiian hotel and the #1 best value in Hawaii. With a range of accommodations and affordable dining options, this is the ideal setting to turn Hawaiian dreams into lifelong memories. Live Hawaiian entertainment every evening, free year-round children's programs, weekly arts and crafts fairs, welcome breakfast, and departure kukui lei ceremonies add to the value. Swim in the whale-shaped pool. Indulge in the fabulous spa and hotel salon. Enjoy Hawaiian hospitality at its best at the Kaanapali Beach Hotel. Call 800-262-8450 or go to kbhmaui.com. That's kbhmaui.com. Aloha.
Kaanapali Beach Hotel, Maui's Hawaiian Hotel.
I'm Aileen Ellis. I hate those video games teenagers love, but I'm convinced that my son's reflexes are quicker because he's hyper alert in video races running in James Bond fashion. Studies show that playing some computer games can help you stay sharp as you get older, so I'm playing away on AARP.org. I like Pyramid Solitaire. You match cards that add up to 13. It gets you ready for something much more challenging, Entangled. You spot hidden objects made of what looks like twisted wire wrapped around other wire objects. Fish swim in trees, flowers bloom inside animals. My favorite game is The Right Word. It's expanding my vocabulary, and that's good for a writer like me. It reminds me of the SAT, and that makes me really glad I've graduated already. For lots of free gaming fun, check out AARP.org. You might start staying up really late, but hey, isn't that like the teenager you used to be? That's Primetime Focus, brought to you by AARP. I'm Aileen Ellis.
There's no better way to say I love you. I'm thankful you're in my life. I'm glad to be with you. I'm thinking about you, or I miss you. Then with a spectacular flower arrangement from ProFlowers.com. A gorgeous fresh flower arrangement is a must to dress up every birthday, holiday, or anniversary. As a special treat for you, your beautiful flowers start at an amazing low price of $19.99. And ProFlowers.com will include a free vase with floral orders. Imagine a beautiful bouquet of 100 blooms for only $19.99, with a free vase included. Every festive bouquet is guaranteed to last at least 7 days. Tell your loved ones you're thinking of them with flowers. Go to proflowers.com/radio and enter your code to receive the special offer. Enter code DAISY. That's proflowers.com/radio, code DAISY. Send a bouquet they'll never forget from proflowers.com/radio, code DAISY.
Are we back yet?
We're back now.
We're back now. Okay, I don't want to jump the gun. This is Stan Weisleder on CRNTalk.com in the studio with Malcolm Burman and Maria Capp. And we have our guest right now, Jerry Costanzo. And this guy can really sing. I got to tell you, he is good.
Jerry, we want to do some Jewish geography, but this time it's Italian geography. Maria, take it away.
Oh, yeah. I was just, first of all, I want to know, where are you from on the East Coast?
Long Island.
Where? Oh, my gosh, me too.
Really? I graduated from Hauppauge High School.
Oh, my gosh. I graduated from Connecticut, and I raised my children in Sayville.
Wow, that's just like one town away from where I grew up.
Yes, sir. Absolutely. And then another thing that struck me is I just celebrated 24 years of marriage to a Smithtown High School grad.
Oh, my gosh.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I lived in Smithtown as well. We moved
Talk
there,
about small
which
world.
is part of Hauppauge.
Yes, and
But
Joe.
that word must sound very weird to people listening out there. Hauppauge, what's that?
Oh,
you guys
Indian
must have
name.
passed each other.
Oh, absolutely.
You probably pass each other in the LIE.
Absolutely. Now we'll probably bump into each other even more so. But the other thing that struck me so interestingly was, you said you're Sicilian, I'm Sicilian, and the background about the whole big band thing. My maiden name is D'Agostino, and my grandfather, Jack D'Agostino, was the eldest of 10, but 7 brothers, and all of them were big band musicians back in the 1920s and 30s.
Mm-hmm.
And I have one uncle who migrated here to Burbank and was a studio musician at CBS Studios.
Wow.
Yeah.
So we have a lot in common.
Yes, yes. So it's nice to meet you, Joe. And your music, your voice is beautiful. Do you have a CD? Where do we buy it? Any holiday music?
I have a bunch of CDs out, and they're all available on anywhere you can download a CD. These days, most music comes over the internet. Mm-hmm. Although I do have.
Well, wait, Jerry. Do you have a website that our listeners can tap into?
And you could find all the links to my music there.
Okay, what is that website?
JerryCostanzo.com.
Spell Costanzo.
Costanzo.
Z-O, okay. And remember the O.
That's right, remember the O.
Costanzo, not Costanza.
Right. And there's a lot of, you can listen to music there, you can see some videos, you can check out all the recordings I've done.
Now, I have a very important question for you. Since you seem to be a disciple of his, have you ever met or worked with Mr. S?
No. I've never met him. I never even got to see him live.
Well, I saw him
live. I had the opportunity once or twice.
I have to tell you, I saw him live once here on the West Coast. And people said to me, oh, he's old, he screws up, he misses the notes, whatever. And you know what? He was super incredible. He was absolutely indescribable. Mm-hmm. Perfect performance.
Yep, he was quite a showman, and he did, in his later years, did have some faux pas, and his voice deteriorated a bit.
But still, you're watching
all in all,
what
other entertainer of that genre had that kind of staying power? And I mean, you mentioned to Sinatra to anybody, and they know who he is, even the younger generation.
They hit a mistake, but they're talking about staying power. Who I'm amazed at is Tony Bennett.
Amazing.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I got to see him a couple of times actually.
I just got to see him one time walking down Fifth Avenue. I've never seen the concert.
Well, we saw him once in Vegas when he came out with that song, the San Francisco song.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
It was about I think 6 months after it came out, and he was in Vegas performing.
That was in the 60s.
Yeah, and it was absolutely, it was incredible.
But I love what they do now in the CDs where they do songs with other artists.
Contemporary, younger.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, what they're doing is introducing this music to a whole new generation.
And that helps guys like me because it brings the music to the younger generation.
Yeah, like Bennett just did one with Lady Gaga. And I didn't know that she could even sing.
Oh, she did a really nice job on that.
She has a good voice.
My parents have that on their wish list for the holidays.
Great.
Anyway, Jerry, where are you appearing in New York? Or
I am appearing in New York. I'm appearing on December the 12th, which happens to be Frank Sinatra's 99th birthday. I'm going to be at a place called Stage 72, the Triad, that's on 72nd Street and Broadway, and the show starts at 9:30. It's called Sinatra Inspired, and we're going to be there from 9:30 to 11, and I'm going to pay tribute to Sinatra as well as other of my crooning legends like Dean Martin and Tony Bennett and Nat King Cole, Sammy Davis Jr., and it's not a typical, I'm not a Sinatra impersonator. I'm a interpreter of the Great American Songbook, although Sinatra has been a great influence and inspiration to me. So that's why
I took
this opportunity of his birthday to pay tribute to him, and that's why I call the show Sinatra Inspired.
Yeah, so I take it that your music and what you do is not, I hate this word, it's not rap or what I call noise.
Not even close.
Okay.
Probably.
Are you going to be appearing on the West Coast at all?
I'd love to, and I'll be looking for places to appear out there. I come out there quite a bit because, like I said before, my son lives out there, right down the block from you, and I'll make sure you guys know about it for sure.
Well, please let us know because we'd like to have you in person.
Yeah,
but anyway,
that would be great. I'll let you know next time I'm out there.
I just want to know, what's your favorite Sinatra song?
I have a couple, but there's one I'm going to be doing at the show that I end all my shows with. It's called We'll Be Together Again. It was actually written by Frankie Lane.
Frankie Lane, yeah.
I remember him.
It's a really beautiful tune, one of my favorites, and I love the way Sinatra does it. I actually have an arrangement of it that's going to be part of my next recording. The song you played at the beginning of this show, your show, Don't You Go Away Mad, another one of my favorites that Sinatra did, is a single that I've released in advance of that recording that I've been working on.
Anyway, Jerry, we've run out of time, but thank you very much.
One last thought. I think my favorite is The Summer Wind.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one. Got to sing that one at weddings all the time. I'm constantly asked to sing Sinatra at weddings.
Okay, Jerry, looking forward to meeting you when you come out to the West Coast.
Let your people know about the show on the 12th.
Right, you got it.
It'll be on our
website.
Email blast.
Will do.
Okay.
It's been a pleasure.
Okay, thanks.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Okay, thanks. You too.
Bye.
Okay, we're back now.
Now
again. Now it's Maria. You have the floor.
You have the floor.
I have the floor. Oh my gosh! Just talk about how we are given opportunities and come full circle. I mean, I'm sitting here. You guys have no idea how close Hop Hog, New York is. I mean,
wait a minute. I forgot. I have to give you the official intro.
Oh, please. I'm officially going to be introduced.
This already went out on our email blast, but we also do it live here in the studio.
And we have the picture of her here.
Yes. Maria Capp is our guest today, one of our guests on The View from Over Here. And believe it or not, there are not too many people in the biz who can say that they have done it all. But this lady surely can. Maria started out as a casting director, not on a casting couch, but a casting director.
we haven't determined that yet.
I do have a casting couch.
Wait. She uses a casting couch, but she didn't have to go on one. Anyway, she moved up the ladder fairly quickly. She became a writer, then a director, then a producer, and eventually an actress. And believe it or not, she also teaches acting. And we found out today she can also sing and dance.
And she's a mother of, 3 children?
I have 3 children.
Who are also in the business.
Anyway, take it away. We're running out of time.
God.
Take it away.
Well, that sounds pretty interesting. But what I was saying is full circle. Hop Hog is like right in my backyard. Right in my backyard.
I used to have a girlfriend that lives in Smithtown, so I know it.
Yeah, totally. But so anyway, I'm here in Los Angeles, and I thank you guys for having me. This is really exciting, and yes, I sound so amazing, but I'm one of those names that people don't know yet. Yeah. So just to talk. Specifically, the reason I'm here, I want to share one of the current projects that I'm working on, which is my first Los Angeles directorial debut of a stage play. And
let's also add in, you've done a number of these on the East Coast.
This is my first time directing and producing a stage play here in Los Angeles. But back on the East Coast, specifically Long Island, I had the fortunate opportunity to direct, produce, choreograph, and teach at many of the amazingly talented and creative community, regional, and off-Broadway theaters on Long Island and in New York.
Okay, tell us about your project.
Yeah. So
but now you're sharing your talent with the people on the West Coast.
Yes, we are here. We are full-time residents who do go back east to visit family, and I do go back to teach. And I'm also an advocate for the arts through New York State Theater Association. I do a student conference every January and an educators conference every fall, so keep close to my roots. But now I'm here, and I'm here because I have 3 children who are pursuing and are in the business. They're all professional actors, and sharing that love by creating jobs and opportunities for other young actors.
And 2 of them will be in the play that you're doing, right?
Yes, my 2 daughters.
I find that amazing.
Yeah. So, Rafaela, my eldest, came to me after we just wrapped a film that she wrote. Actually, we produced a short film. It's a romantic comedy called Taking a Chance on Love. Rafaela wrote it. She acts in it. Again, creating job opportunities for...
How old is she to write and act?
21.
Okay.
and she cast her sister, who also did the casting, Natasha.
Is that called nepotism?
Yes.
When could we see it, or is it?
It'll be released the beginning of the year, and it'll be submitted to festivals, and we're looking for distribution and all that fun stuff. But that project created an opportunity to employ cast and crew. We had 22 emerging professionals, both from the DP and producer all the way down to the actors.
How do you fund all of your projects, whether it's a movie or a play? Do you go on Kickstarter or one of those programs?
Yes. These crowdsourcing opportunities are phenomenal. We did a Kickstarter campaign for Taking a Chance on Love. We exceeded our goal of the funds that we were looking for, and that was...
do you keep the difference, or do you have to give it back?
Oh, no, you keep the difference. And believe me, we spent more money than we actually raised.
Okay. That generally is.
Oh, yeah. And still, we haven't even gotten to the point of marketing and publicity. So
you haven't broken even yet?
No. We're a newbie production company. I've produced a couple of music videos, again, and that involved my children. But this Taking a Chance on Love short film was a project that we raised funds, and we're kind of like at the even mark. But it has an opportunity to generate income.
Well, what do you look for when you pick a project? Do you look on originality, conflict?
I think...
What? And then you're going to tell us about your new one.
Yes, this answer ties into the play. I look at relevance, and I have young adult children, and what's relevant in their lives and what's relevant in our society as that affects them is what draws me to a piece. So Raffaella wrote a piece that was relevant about taking chances, stepping out of the box, and finding love. And this next project that we're doing, I'm currently involved with, we're producing and directing Dog Sees God, Confessions of a Teenage Blockhead, which is written by Bert V. Royale, is a relevant piece. And the reason, there are many reasons, and again, talk about serendipity of me sitting here in a studio with the gentleman Joe from Hop Hog. Serendipity was also in play with reference to why we chose this piece and why we decided to do it. Raffaella wanted to get on stage and perform. That was ultimately the main goal, and she had a couple of actor friends who she really wanted to also get up on stage and perform with.
And where is it playing?
It is playing at the Santa Monica Playhouse. We open December 6th, and we run for 12 performances through December 21st. Our goal is to raise $30,000 using Indiegogo this time as a crowdsourcing effort to donate our proceeds to the Trevor Project. The theme...
Explain what the Trevor Project is to our listeners.
Yes. So the Trevor Project is a non-for-profit organization that also came about through creative storytelling. Its origin, it comes from a short film that won an Academy Award and is based on a story of a young person who was victimized and bullied because of his sexual preference and coming to terms with his identity. And the Trevor Project, the non-for-profit organization, is an organization that provides crisis intervention and awareness and suicide prevention for youth at risk, particularly the LGBTQ population.
Yeah, I keep on.
They keep adding letters to that acronym.
Well, it's all encompassing, and why we chose Dog Sees God, Confessions of a Teenage Blockhead, is because it is a play about a group of high school friends that started out as friends in elementary school. It is loosely based on, and it's not like I'm saying anything that's not already on the internet, but it's loosely based on the characters, the beloved characters that Charles Schultz created. Charlie Brown, Linus, Sally Brown, Lucy Van Pelden.
Be careful, you may have to give him some of the royalties.
And Pigpen. So these are the characters that were friends in elementary years, and now we're looking at them under the most extreme social conditions of high school. And the theme basically is finding one's identity and being okay with that and not being judged. And then there's many sub-themes of bullying and sexual promiscuity. And
it's growing. I mean, I can relate to it. I have a soon-to-be 20-year-old son and an 18-year-old son. And I see not the difficulty, but I see them growing up and what they're facing now. And it's a whole different world. Anyway, hold whatever thought you have, because we're up to one of our
annoying commercial
they're not annoying.
breaks.
I like that.
I know.
In fact, I want more breaks because we need some more funding.
Yes, we do.
So if you're out there and you need to advertise, give me a call. You
call
can get
Malcolm.
us on our website, www.viewfromoverhere.com. You're listening to us on crntalk.com, and we'll be right back in a few minutes to wind up the show.
The next time you're in Southern California, visit the Riviera Restaurant in Calabasas. Riviera, as the name implies, is the ultimate in Calabasas restaurants. There's not even a close second. And what's better suited for the Beverly Hills of the Valley than a Beverly Hills type of restaurant and watering hole without those ridiculous Beverly Hills prices? They're so good. With impeccable service, they probably don't even need this commercial. Even now, it's hard to get a good table except for off hours. But if you really want to treat yourself or your date, call 818-224-2163. That's 818-224-2163. That's the Riviera Restaurant in Calabasas, California.
What are you going to do with your old car? You can try selling it, you could junk it, or you could donate it to Heritage for the Blind. Your car will be towed away for free, and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-785-9618. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats. It doesn't matter if your vehicle runs or not. It will be towed away for free, and you'll be supporting those that need help. Heritage for the Blind is a nonprofit organization that helps the visually impaired live fuller lives. Call right now to donate your car, and as a special thank you for calling, you'll receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to many exciting locations. Call Heritage for the Blind right now, 1-800-785-9618. Donating is easy, and your vehicle is towed away for free. Plus, you'll get a free vacation voucher. Call now, 1-800-785-9618. That's 1-800-785-9618.
Did you know that with a bachelor's degree, on average, you can make almost twice as much over a lifetime than a person with just a high school diploma? Yes! According to the U.S. Census Bureau, you can make almost twice as much. Going back to college is now easier than ever. There are select online colleges that provide laptops to their students. In fact, there are thousands of college programs on your laptop. You can go to college anywhere and everywhere right from a laptop. Call My College Laptop and you can find hundreds of programs from accredited colleges and universities nationwide. Start a new career in law enforcement, business, information technology, healthcare, and hundreds of others. Call My College Laptop to find an online college that will provide you with a laptop. In no time at all, you can double your earning potential. Double your earning potential. Call now, 1-800-731-4185. That's 800-731-4185. 800-731-4185.
A Killer of Lions by Stan Weisleder. There were 4 squadrons of black fighter pilots during World War II that had to fight 2 air forces in order to gain recognition, the Luftwaffe and the U.S. Army Air Corps. The HBO special and the recent attempt at a full-length feature film do not come close to the full and true story of these brave men. They were not ball players, they were not rap singers, they were fighter pilots and American heroes in the truest sense. A Killer of Lions by Stan Weisleder.
Okay, Stan, let's wrap it up.
Wrap it up? Okay, I'm good at wrapping things up. I'll be doing that for the next couple of weeks.
You used to be a butcher, right? I know.
All right, we are on our last segment, or as the pilots would say, on final leg. And we were here in the studio with Malcolm Burman and Maria Capp, who will say whatever is on her mind.
Yeah, Maria, we were talking about the different influences now kids have more than when we grew up, and we're talking about the social media.
Yeah, it's just so in their faces, and there's so many more opportunities. Social media and the internet and the accessibility to information and to others, privacy. So that's an issue that, this generation has.
I have to add something on that. When the computer companies were first starting to sell their hardware, the thing was, this will save you a lot of time on whatever you do. It will cut down the amount of work or time or hours into seconds. I find that it has gotten to the point where I'm not saving any time.
Just gives you the opportunity to do more work.
It's taking more time because you're doing more. Way more than you ever did before.
Right.
So there's just it's brought a different world to you that you never had before. It's all at your fingertips.
Well, there's so much more information that goes.
I never go to the library anymore when I have to do research. I go on here.
What's a library?
I love the way the books smell. So yeah,
But the kids don't know that anymore.
Well, some of the schools are really encouraging them to go to the library and do that. And they also teach them how to use the internet. But again, back to this particular project. This project really talks about, and you were asking me why and what draws me to specific themes or issues or projects, and that is that this is relevant. This play examines the roles of the bully, the bystander, and the victim.
Well, the bully now is you can be bullied on the internet, which
exactly. So it's another form and another
Maria,
opportunity.
since you've delved into that area, do you find that bullies learn it from their parents, or are they born with that trait?
No. Usually the profile of a bully typically is someone that is bullied or has been bullied themselves. And interesting enough, I'll do a plug for Beat V Royale. I know that he's written a follow-up to this piece, and he chose the character of Matt to write that follow-up play. And Matt is the bully.
All right, does the play have a happy ending?
Yes. We chose this piece also because of the message of acceptance of self, acceptance of others, hope. It addresses suicide and how those who are left to grieve the person that's left us. So yes, the answer is absolutely.
Now tell us how we can contact you or your website.
A couple of ways. Probably the best way for your listeners to remember is Dog Sees God, Confessions of a Teenage Blockhead at the Santa Monica Playhouse. They can go to the Santa Monica Playhouse's website and go to the calendar for guest performances. Also, you can do a Google search for us. We're on Plays 411 for tickets. And we also have Dog Sees God 2014. Cappuccielli Inc. is the production company. Indiegogo campaign running simultaneously.
Okay, well, we'll have all that information on our website.
Oh, you guys are great.
So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, how much time do we have?
We have about 30 seconds.
I have to ask you a question.
Yes.
Quick.
Do you fool around?
Fool around? I'm married 24 years and with the same guy for 30.
That was not my question.
Do I fool around? I fool around,
Stan,
in many different ways.
How long have you been married?
Forever.
Do you fool around?
Are you kidding? My wife would kill me.
Well, I thought you meant fool around as in have fun, play cards, not...
Anyway, everybody out there, have a happy Thanksgiving. If you're listening to this after Thanksgiving, take your Alka-Seltzer or... Hope you had a happy Thanksgiving, and we'll be back next week
like the Romans
on
did
The
in
View
the
from
old
Over
days.
Here.
Fall asleep.
No, I wouldn't say they would actually...
Stan, say goodbye.
Okay, I'll stop right here. Okay, good.
The View from Over Here is a co-production of Infinity X and TBG International. For further information, contact Malcolm Burman at 818-687-2784. That's 818-687-2784.